Joining us now is Alberto Fernandez, EWTN News contributor. He is also a former diplomat and vice president of the Middle East Media Research Institute. Ambassador Fernandez, always good to be with you. This situation in Syria is really evolving by the moment. Let's talk about one of the latest developments, the appointment of Mohammed Al-Bashir as the interim prime minister and also his ties to HTS.
Well, he's a technocratic figure, but he's an Islamist who formerly governed in the enclave, the Idlib enclave that the HTS had until 2 weeks ago. So he's kind of, for them, he's a middle of the road kind of technocratic figure, although obviously he has an Islamist background.
Yeah, and as we heard from Owen in his reporting, the Biden administration is in contact with all the Syrian groups and is trying to help support a transition for the Syrian people. What do you think this transition period will look like? And do you think al-Bashir will just willingly hand over power at the end of his term?
Well, I think, first of all, this prime minister, he is a servant of others. In other words, he was clearly chosen by the most powerful figure in the fall of Assad, who is Ahmed al-Shara, also known as Abu Muhammad al-Jolani. So the interim prime minister is an important figure. He's a technocratic figure. He's going to be doing lots of stuff, but he's not the one that you have to be looking at. It's al-Jolani, who's the power behind the throne. The throne is empty, who has all the arms, who has the armed forces. He's the decision maker more than others. There are other revolutionary groups, there are other parties involved, there are exile groups involved, but he's the heavyweight in this galaxy of organizations.
Yeah, and another development, Israel conducted airstrikes on various military sites in Syria, including some naval facilities. What was the purpose of those strikes, and what is Israel's primary concern here?
Well, Israel's trying to make sure that it has as secure as possible of a relationship with whatever government comes in power or stays in power in Damascus. So what the Israelis did is they carried out extensive airstrikes on Syrian strategic weapons that the Assad regime had, like the Syrian Navy, the Syrian Air Force, missile, air defense, heavy weapons, and all of that kind of stuff. It's to make sure that if there is a government in Damascus or if there's anarchy in Syria, Israel has taken whatever precautions it can to insulate itself or protect itself from whatever may come down the pike.
Yeah, and there are also reports that the Syrian National Army launched attacks on Kurdish-led forces in Aleppo, targeting a bridge and a dam. What can you tell us about that and the significance there?
The SNA is a puppet of Turkey. You know, we talk about HTS in Damascus and al-Jolani. They are close to the Turks, but they're more independent. They're a Syrian project, an Islamist Syrian project. But the SNA, the Syrian National Army in the north, despite the name, is a puppet of Turkey to be used as a weapon against the Kurds. So they're fighting now to kill Kurds, to try to push them out of the border area. And they're kind of disconnected from what is going on in Damascus.
Alberto, just about out of time, but quickly, final thoughts.
Well, I think that, we're living in a situation of a kind of chaotic change that happens in a revolutionary period. Nobody knows what's going to happen in Syria. We should pray for the best and hope for the worst.
Yeah, and we know that you're following all of this. Thank you so much for your time. God bless you.
Thank you.